because they split two. Actually, they split three ways. And so we really need to work on how we're bound together with the love of Christ with our brothers and sisters. I will also talk about, I don't know who it was who made the speech. I wasn't able to look around. But you have something to share. God has given you something to share to everybody. Not just fellow believers. I want to try that. Yeah. You have something that God has put within you and within your culture that can be productive for people not of your culture. Amen. And don't put a bushel over that light. Okay? And people know love when they feel it. Yeah. And so you have something to share to every group. Obviously, the group that's probably closest to you is the Ghanaian group, because culturally and historically and in many, many different ways. However, I think that you have a lot to contribute to many, many other audiences beyond the Ghanaian group. And so please keep that in mind as you develop your church ministries. Someone mentioned something about, and I'm going to stop in just a minute and take any questions that you have. Someone mentioned about the Bible workers. It is important to keep records of your church. I suppose you're on e-Adventist.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. It is very important to be on e-Adventist. It is important to make your reports, not just tithe, but attendance, membership, whatever, to the conference, because when you go to speak with conference leadership, you want to refer to that information. Hello?
Yes.
The situation of, for instance, in this conference, the estimate is for paying a pastor, they look at the tithe figure as being $200,000. Okay? Many immigrant groups will never have a pastor.
That's right.
Based on that. Okay? So, I said to the groups that I work with, let's keep track of the tithe that you have turned in. And over a period of years, of course, in the growth years, in the beginning years, you've got a small amount and whatever, but 25,000, 35,000, 55,000, whatever, over a period of years adds up, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay? And so over a period of years, we were able to go back and look at the contributions that these churches were making to the conference, and then to appeal to the conference leadership, saying, over a period of, over the last 10 years, they've produced X amount of dollars.
Yes.
They then should have some consideration when we're talking about whether that's Bible worker, whether that's a pastor, whatever. I think also knowing that there are individuals who speak well English, messing with you, but who speak English well, who could also pastor a district, one church, Ghanaian, and another might be whatever. Hello? Okay? And that's very possible because most of you are very fluent in English. So there are lots of ways, I think, that if you position yourselves in certain ways to move forward with having the right amount of support that you have. The thing I did not hear, which worries me, now it doesn't worry me, but it concerns me, and I know with Kenyan brethren, one of the bigger issues is just being able to have work experience that supports really the family and the needs of the church. And maybe you don't have that problem, but certain immigrant groups do. And so that means that everybody's working from sundown Sabbath evening, when the sun goes down on the Sabbath, right up till, when the sun is going down on Friday, okay? And being able to develop some kind of support, financial support in hiring and whatever, and taking in new people can be helpful. And I know that the Korean churches are very good at doing that. And they have prospered very well. So I'm just throwing that out as something that you can think about in the future. All right, I've said enough about general things. Oh, yeah, there are a number of, I know that all of you are not from this area, but my colleague reminds me of our regional convocation. A regional convocation in this union is May 15 to 17. May 15 to 17 in Portland, Oregon. It's actually at the Oregon Conference office compound in Gladstone, Oregon. So May 15 to 17, if you'd like to join with us, we have a tremendous group of speakers and music, and we'd like to get some of you involved. In fact, Sam, both Sams.
Amen. Amen.
And so we want you to come. If the thing is that presence is very, very important. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, presence is very important. If you want something, or if you need something to go your way, you gotta be there.
That's right. That's right.
You have to show up.
Yes.
And whether you smile or whether you frown,
That's right.
you have to be there.
That's right.
Be in the seat, standing, and they will recognize you.
Amen.
After a while, they'll recognize you. You have to tell them your name for about the first 10 times you meet them. But that's okay. They will get familiar with your face and then eventually be able to hear what you're saying. And so I really invite all of you that can to come to our convocation, which is coming up soon. I also might as well make an announcement. I don't know if you have high schoolers, but there's something that we have attempted to do in the past, and that is to have a meeting with juniors and seniors in high school to talk about college. And that will be coming up in the end of May. I think it's the last Sunday of May, last Sunday of April. And I'll send some information to Pastor Wagner and others as to when it's just a Sunday morning kind of meeting that we bring some individuals from academia to inspire high school students to go forward into college. We talk a little bit about some financial aids that might be available, and encourage them to get involved in higher education. There are probably 100 other things that I could talk about, but I think that this. Oh, you know what? Two other things that I'll just say in general. Two things are going. A lot of things are going on, but certainly. Other than the coronavirus, which we really need to take seriously. We need to take seriously because this is a pandemic possibility, okay? And I know that there are some people who aren't worried about it in the White House, but I'm worried in my house. Okay? And so I think you ought to take all the precautions. We will be sending out, by the way, I just received some information that will go out to the churches as to how we can help ourselves to keep that down. so that we're well and going forward. But in addition to that, those of you who can vote,
Amen.
Yes, vote.
Amen.
you must vote.
Yes.
Okay?
Amen.
We have an opportunity in a democratic society to state how we feel. Now, others may feel other ways, but we need to state how we feel and how God is leading us. And so I encourage you, and please encourage everyone else you know to go out and vote. Okay, I can't tell you how to vote and whatever, but definitely vote. I'd like to, but I can't do that. But go out and vote. The other thing is that we have a census. And if you don't understand the importance of census, with the census, we reapportion
The money.
Yes, we reapportion the money as well as the representatives around the various states of the United States.
Yep.
And you don't have to be a citizen to be a part of the census.
Yep.
And the census is not attached with immigration.
No.
Okay? So this year at Convocation, Pastor, we're going to be signing up people to vote. We're going to have voter registration at Convocation. I think you might want to think about doing it at your churches to have voter registration, because this is a part of the responsibility that we have. Now, the United States affects many other countries of the world.
Yes.
Come on, say amen.
Amen.
I don't want you to go to sleep. If you sleep, wake up. But we affect many other countries of the world. You here, if you can vote, you can influence.
Absolutely.
Okay? You can influence how this country affects other countries of the world. And that can be important to the second coming of Jesus and getting the gospel out.
Make America great.
All right, I'll take a couple questions, and my time, I'm over my time. Sorry.
Thank you, Pastor. One of the things I want to raise, which you are encouraging us to do, you ask about we are breakfast and you're telling us to keep breakfast. Sometimes this is a problem we have. So when we start a church and we have a mother church, everything we're doing is being buried under the mother church. And so we really do not have a name, and we're really not seen out there. And I'm saying this from, for example, Riverside Church. We wanted to do something like that. The only thing we could do was, just look at for a period from like 2012 to date. That's when we realized that that small group was able to raise almost 1.5 million as a tax for 8 years. Before then, we didn't know. We don't know that.
What church? just because you have two churches. And so a lot of times there's a lot of internal conflict and stuff, and we get up and walk to the conference, or whoever we go to the conference start talking to them. Or we think that somebody is talking to somebody at the conference, creating internal conflict. That's something we need to watch out for. And these could be legal problems because, again, the conference is a corporation. It's a non-profit corporation. We come under the conference. So any problem that we cause them for the conference. And they don't want any of those issues, and they don't want anything that's going to cost them money. So those, when we start out, at least those three things, we need to be very aware of. So here are the basic things to do. The first thing is that we need to know and understand the policies of the conference. So when we know what they do, what the rules and regulations are. For example, we talk about different churches that we're a group, we're a company. How do you go from one level to another? What are the conference policies? In some places it's written. Some places you can find it, sometimes you have to ask for this information. We talk about pastor. He mentioned that here at this conference, about churches they talk about $200,000. Is that fixed in stone? What and a lot of times some of this information you can't find. And so we need to know that. We need to have agreements with our conference in writing. That is, when you start in church, you're all excited, you come there, it's a great thing, because you're going to bring more tithe to them. And they're all going to do this. Well, those may be a good idea, maybe things that help you. But we didn't write anything down. And there are changes that occur at the conferences. So the person who was the conference president today, who told you all these good things, next time he's there at the union or move to a different conference, different area. And the guy who came in knows nothing about Joseph. And so we need to make sure that whatever we discuss in the conference, when we have meetings with them, when we come back from those meetings, we should write down everything that we discussed, send it back to them, just to confirm that yes, this is what we talked about. And keep those records, because those become very important when we have to talk to the conference leaders at a later time. We need to work closely with our sponsoring pastor, which is the church that we're under, whoever is our sponsoring pastor, whether it's another church, another church, or somebody from the conference, because sometimes we may be a conference church. And so whoever the pastor is as our sponsoring pastor. Keep in mind that he's your friend at the conference. At the end of the day, when the conference is looking for somebody to listen to, they're going to listen to the person that they pay his or her salary before they listen to you and me, who pay the tax. And so keep that in mind. As the church grows, the conference needs a trusted person to keep an eye on you. Okay, so that is what, because they pay that person so they can control that person. They cannot control me, they cannot control you. And so they need a trusted person. And so make sure that person is your friend. And when I say keep an eye on you, it's not an adversarial relationship, but just to make sure things are working so that when you speak, they can hear you. Okay? Have friends at the conference. Invite the conference leader, other pastors, your church preaching a special program, and update your friends as the conference leaders change. I mean, it's been great that today we have two of our friends here. Yes. I want to add the names to the list. That as we meet these leaders from the conference and the unions, they become our friends, and we need to make sure that we cultivate those relationships that we have. So we have what we call a PaGAF church leadership. See, I put dashes in there. So PaGAF is an organization working with our churches and working with our leaders of these conferences and the unions, to make sure that we are helping each other. So again, we're developing a relationship with the conferences, like we're doing right here, and then other structures within the NAD, like the regional ministries, the different conferences and different unions. Leverage that relationship that we go back PaGAF congregation. We just came here and we just met two of the leaders here, because there was a relationship that the Seattle church had developed with them, and sometimes it may be personal relationship that you meet somebody and you say, oh, this person really to help to us, and then we come to mutual agreement. So leverage those personal relationships. And I just put three there, and I think we have two more to it today that we have. So if you look at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, our job basically is to proclaim
the good news of Christ to the world. That's what the church is. And part of it is to find new churches, congregations. And the work cannot be done by pastors alone. All these congregations that are here in the PaGAF territory are being run by lay people and with the support of the pastors. So if you look at the structure of our church, and I think that's very important that we understand how the church works. We start the local church, and then go to the local conference and get the union or the union conference mission. We tend to have those in the other countries out here. So here in North America, local church, local conference, the union, the division, the NAB, and then the general conference. That's how the church is organized. Now, in terms of you take the conference level, like what level are you as a congregation? It may be your Sabbath school branch, a group, a company, or church. So it is therefore important that we understand the structures within our conference. And essentially, how do you move from one status to the next? What are the requirements? Because when we know those things, they help us so that there are not that many misunderstandings. Because one thing I always keep saying that Ghanaians, we love church. You get a bunch of Ghanaians together, they're going to start church right there and there. And sometimes we don't understand the politics of the conference. And so we need to understand those. And then otherwise the elders of these churches get a headache that, okay, why was that the conference not doing this, the conference not doing this. If we understand how the conference operates, then we know how to operate within that structure. So I'm using Arizona as Arizona conference as an example. Basically, they have a group, and then a company, a church, and to move from one to another, they have a workbook that you have to fill an application. And actually, if you go to the Arizona conference website and you go to the ministerial secretary's link, actually those forms are there. So you can actually go print those out and see exactly what the conference required to move from one level to another. And the guideline basically is ask questions about the size of the organization, the composition, type, how much money you're giving us. Then there's the process and then the progress. How is the church, the group moving? And so you take a group, the group may be a small group that is under a mother church, and then so you can be something that starts after existing church, so you have a mother church, or it can be a group that came and formed. And so, for example, Arizona, you can be under the Arizona Conference Church, so directly under the conference. Not necessarily having, and I think that Phoenix, when Phoenix started, actually that's how Phoenix was actually charted, as a conference group. It was not actually under any particular church. Typically, when you're on that body church, as we were talking about not so long ago, your finances come handled through the body church. In that case, it becomes very important that you're keeping records of how much money that you're sending to the mother church, how much is going to the conference, that the tithe that you're sending, all those things, because you're going to need that for later conversation.
Amen.
A company, and then so a group progress to a company have applied, and the company becomes essentially independent, but you're not fully grown adult yet. but at least you do things your way. And then, again, go back to the growth and the finances. That's what they're looking for. Okay? And then the church is when you get to the full status, that you become part of the sisterhood of churches. And so in that case, Arizona, you get at least a person that you can now go to the constituency meetings. And so again, it's important that you understand what goes on in your conference, understand the structure. And again, sometimes we don't know something, and we have friends in these places, like these pastors, and they can tell us, explain things to us, and then show us what we need to do. So, Arizona conference, for example, now some of these numbers, some of these things are not fixed hard in stone. Like, for example, to the church must nurture at least 100. We know churches in Arizona conference that do not have 100 members. And so the question is that which one are they going to insist that you have to meet before you become a church? And which ones are flexible? Say you have to be tied $60,000, and then you fill out the application, and it goes through the conference committee, and then they will decide to vote on that. Again, it is very important that before you submit the application, that at least you've done some groundwork, that you talk to the leaders of the conference, and that helps. Okay. Now, the other big thing that comes in is church pastor. How do you get a church pastor? I mean, the conference hires pastors. We, as a church, we do not hire pastors. In fact, they decide who they. The only thing that we can do as a local church is to, the conference will work with you, work with the church or the leaders to identify somebody. That's a point where you qualify for a pastor. That is, but ultimately they make the final decision, because the person that they hire is not an employee of the church. That person is an employee of the conference. And whoever is paying the person's salary decides who they're going to hire. So we need to understand that. Again, there are certain things that come in, which is before the conference, we entertain the idea that we should look for a pastor. They look for things like stability, membership growth, faithfulness, and send the money to the conference, and then our support of the conference program. As you were saying, that we need to be participants in what goes on within the conferences. Not that we're sitting in our little corner, they don't know anything about us. We need to be integral part of it. And so basically what would happen then is that the sponsoring pastor, whoever the leader is, will meet with the church, come up with a defined sort of like what are the needs? It's in your profile. What are the needs of the church? What kind of pastor are you looking for? That sort of thing. And then, if you have names, they will take names from individuals, from churches, from other places, but they also will find out a source to get additional names, and they will vet those people. Now, sometimes the conference may drop a name that's on there, because based on their search or whatever, they have a problem or something. Now, again, they will do a rigorous search. They will look at the person's education, experience, background, comfortability with the conference. Because again, the person is coming to work within the conference. And just like any employer, they want to hire people who will fit into the organization. Okay? They do some background checks and references, all those things they will do. Again, let's say financial issues. I think that a lot of times in a lot of conferences, the number one criteria that you're going to get a pastor is how much money you send to the conference. Do you meet the criteria? As I said, the other ways to meet the criteria, it may say $200,000, but maybe you have been sending money in for a very long time, you haven't met that, but you can show that you've been doing that. In that case, they take that into account. Again, it also helps when you have friends at a conference, because then they actually able to hear you when you speak. Because a lot of times that's the problem that we have, but they don't hear us. Okay? A lot of times conferences, you will not, like I said, you go to the Arizona conference, you can find the forms and the requirement to go from different church levels, like from group to company to church. All that information is there. But you will not find any information on the criteria for a church to get a pastor, what are the requirements are. You will not find that. And I've done a lot of research in a lot of conferences, and unless somebody actually tells you, okay? And I think that I remember in Phoenix some time back, about 4 or 5 years ago, we actually had to ask the conference, and they actually wrote us a letter as to what the requirements are to get a stipend pastor and also to get a full-time pastor. I was looking at some data from one of the conferences here in this part of the United States, and basically about 40 to 50% of the tithe that you send is used for pastors' salary and benefits. And part of it is also used to, as I said, there are some churches that do not meet the requirement for the tithe requirement, but they have a pastor because those are subsidized by the other churches. Okay, that's why sometimes those questions come in. Why does this church has a pastor? Are they meeting the tithe requirement? Because sometimes it based on the need that the conference has, they do that. And so, if you're thinking about should we qualify for a pastor? One of the things that you have to think about is that the tithe that we're sending to the conference, if 50% was taken to support a pastor, would that be enough for that pastor? So we have to look at things from the conference perspective that, whether we like it or not, they run a business, non-profit business. They need money to pay the workers. Okay? So we need to take those things into consideration, what their needs are. That's what I wanted to share. Like I said, the Doolan covered a lot of those things for us too. But I think the key part, I just want to stress all of us, is that as we are starting churches, as we're progressing to the churches, we need to know what goes on in our conference, to understand the policies and the politics of the conference. And it helps us to understand when we got friends within those conferences. But if you share some good information with us, they can correct us in areas that maybe we're confused or we are misinformed in those areas. And also, they will become our advocates also within the conference. I think I will read at any question. I talked about two things. The first one was the Summer Institute, and then this one is a church guideline. So I'm going to go to the book watching first.
This is, I don't know, this is personal. The last thing that you showed out there about 40 to 50% in the south, whatever it is used to hire a pastor. Is that what I don't know what it is?
Okay.
40 to 50% of the tithe.
Yeah. So if you look at it, so here's the thing. So you can look at it in general that about 40 to 50% of the conference's budget is used to pay salary and benefits of the pastors.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I want to say, and sometimes I think as the Jordan was saying, sometimes we don't fight. That word, I don't know if that is the right word or not. He was talking about pushing and all. There are individual other churches, foreign churches, I don't know what you call it.
Ethnic churches.
Ethnic churches, yeah. That have pastors that don't raise as much, tithes as some of our congregations.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we seem to accept whatever they tell us. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we need to push a little bit.
Okay. Who are responsible?
Okay, now I think this is a good time for us to make certain things clear to ourselves. This is why you need PaGAF. We've said all kinds of things earlier today, but it is by coming together, coalescing together, and fighting together if there's a fighting to be done. Instead of 40 people showing up at the conference and trying to make a lot of noise, then you go with the power of the unity of the whole family. So we speak, Pastor Dillon said something about that too. I mean, we should be speaking together. So when we go, we are talking for the Ghanaian churches instead of just one little fellowship or one little group in one little corner. So there's strength in numbers. And when we go together, I think we can get more done. And I think that's one thing that we've been talking about all of our problems, but one of the problems problems we have is that sometimes when the church splits, Dr. Oka mentioned it, when a church splits and they happen to be in a place where there are regional conferences, then whatever the original group belonged to, the other one goes to the opposing conference. And what you've done is you've diluted your strength and your influence. And so this is one of the reasons why we need to come together and have a fellowship as strong as PaGAF. We're not strong in numbers, but together I think we can do more than what any one church can do by itself.
Oh, my question was, I was reading that you can be a church, but sometimes when your tithes or whatever your vision are lacking, you can be demoted back to a company. Do you know of that?
No.
Well,
I mean, but of course, I mean, they have policies as to how to close the church. In fact, if you go to the Arizona Conference website, they actually have that, because there's some churches that have died. And so,
It's not like if you are in church, then they demote you to a company. It's either the church is disbanded because of some policy issue. But the criteria for organizing a company into a church is different from criteria for selecting a pastor.
yes.
So we should understand.
Yes.
For a pastor, you need to meet some financial basis. But to becoming an organized church, you need the numbers, and then you should meet their criteria of how to do it. Sometimes it's easier to becoming an organized church than to have a pastor.
Yeah, and as I showed, that is actually what it is in the Arizona Conference. That to become a church, the tithe has to be $60,000. But I know that to get even a stipend pastor, it's at least $60,000 or more. I don't know what the number is in Arizona, but again, different conferences are different. But I think the first thing that is key is to actually to know what goes on there, and whatever information you can gather from your end, provide that information to us, and we will at least be able to share those information among us. I think that's. I'm done.
Thank you so much. The youth director just tapped me that they still need their 5 minutes, so we would round up yours.
I'm done.
And Brother Pamela, your 5 minutes.
Start 9 minutes.